I'm just checking in for another vlog. I just got back from the gym. I did about 50 minutes on the cardio. Um, all of it was the elliptical. Okay, so this is the first time this has happened. It's kind of weird. It's like tripping me out. Like I don't know how how it happened, but before I took my blood sugar before the gym, fasted after sleeping, and I'm doing the intermittent fasting diet again. So I'm fasting for 16-hour periods from 5:30 a.m. until 9:30 p.m. 16 hours, no eating or drinking any calories to spike my blood sugar. No, no carbs, no fats, no proteins, no nothing. Just water, and I try and limit my sugar-free options because some sugar-free options can still cause an insulin response. Um, Unsweetened tea, preferably black. I believe green teas supposedly might break your fast as well, but I'm not sure. But anyway, unsweetened tea and black coffee, which I don't like, so I don't do the black coffee. So basically, I just do water and unsweetened tea, and that's for 16 hours. And this is day 2, so it's my second fast after I've started this protocol. And I basically break my fast and eat around 9:30 p.m., which is when I'm taking my first break at work, basically. And then instead of doing 3 meals, I'm doing 2, and I just basically wait, and then I eat again around, like, right before 5. So just 2 meals at the start and end of my fasting period. And then maybe a little snacking in between. That's when I might use more of the sugar-free options, like Crystal Light. And like snacks like jerky or cashews or something, or yogurt in between the meal. But basically one big meal at the 9:30, probably the biggest meal out of it, and then a smaller meal right before the end of the fast, or right before the end of the eating window. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing with my diet right now, and I'm also making conscientious choices as to what I eat, what types of carbs, if I can. I do whole wheat or complex carbs instead of simple sugars. Um, that's the whole diet scene. Okay, so back to what I was trying to say. I took my blood sugar after sleeping before going to the gym. No eating, because I haven't eaten since 5:30 last night. And it was like 106 or something, 105, 10 something, right? Which normal is 70 to 100, so that's technically a little high, but for me, that's actually a little low. It's a little concerning. Because last time I hit the gym, I started around 202, and when I got out of the gym, I was like 98 or something like that. Or I started around 150-ish, and I ended the gym around 62 or 64. So those are a couple gym sessions before that had happened. And so I'm concerned, like, if I'm starting at 10 something, I wonder how low it's going to go. So I was like really hesitant. But anyway, so I go to the gym, I hit cardio for, oh gosh, I think 50 minutes straight, nonstop, different modes. So I was going between certain resistances and certain inclines. But basically, I did for 50 minutes straight of cardio, keeping my heart rate about like 160 plus to 180 at most. Anyway, so decent to moderate. And when I checked my blood sugar at the end of it, I was totally expecting a pretty low blood sugar, right? Because no carbs before, during the gym, nothing. My blood sugar went from 106 or whatever it was to 115 or something like that. It actually went up. It's pretty close to what it was when it started, and it didn't go down this time. And I'm like, I can't really think why that would happen, other than the fact that because I'm doing the fasting protocol and I ended my fast at about 5:30 a.m., maybe because around the 12-hour mark is when your liver releases its glycogen stores, right? So, and that's when your body basically says, okay, I'm releasing the last of your sugar supplies, and then you start getting a little bit hungry, like you want to eat, because you no longer have the glycogen back up. And that's officially where the body will swap from sugar as its energy source to fat, which is the whole point of the intermittent fasting diet. You want anything more, or you want more than 12 hours of fasting because it kicks you into ketosis and starts burning fat as a priority after that point. So my take on this is that maybe my glycogen stores released while I was at that gym, and because it released my glycogen into my bloodstream, it actually raised my blood sugar. And I mean, it makes sense in my head, and I'm going through it, and I'm like, I can't think of anything else. So if anybody out there knows for a fact what happened and I am wrong, or I'm right, feel free to comment below and let me know, because that would be cool. I just find all this stuff to be pretty interesting, actually. I really like nutrition and looking all this stuff up about carbs and how the blood sugars act in the body and stuff. I find it pretty fascinating, to be honest. But in any case, so that's kind of like the highlight of my day. To go over the last 24 hours or so. So the last video I made, I was like, I'm about to go to the gym, blah, 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 blah. What actually happened is I laid down to upload that vlog to YouTube. And while laying down, waiting for the upload to happen, because it's a little bit slow from the phone when you're doing a 4K resolution video to YouTube. So it's a little bit of a slow upload. But yeah, so when I laid down to wait for that to upload, I actually passed out and fell asleep probably around 11 p.m. and I woke up around 3 a.m., which is like 4 hours of sleep. And it was completely the wrong time of night for me to sleep, considering the very next day I go back to work again. So I ended up sleeping until 3, I stayed up for a little bit, and then I forced myself to go back to sleep around 11 a.m., I think. And then I slept from 11 a.m. till about 3 or 4 p.m. again. But in any case, I didn't hit the gym yesterday at all, like I intended to. And I messed up my sleeping schedule, so I had to fix it in the same night. So I basically just ended up sleeping a lot of the night. But, I mean, it kind of worked out. I haven't seen nothing drastic happen with my blood sugars and whatnot. But I did miss the gym like I intended to. And right now is after the workout. I hit about the 12-hour mark, or I'm hitting it right now. 12-hour mark is kind of like key. Usually you want to be asleep during the 12-hour mark for the fasting diet, because you get like a burst of hunger around the 12-hour mark when you're swapping to fat storage. So right now I'm getting a little like hunger in my belly, but as long as I can like muscle through it until 9 p.m. tonight, that's when I hit the 16-hour mark, and that's when I can break my fast. So I just gotta like hold off for 4 hours and I should be okay. But I am feeling a little bit of hunger pains, and since this is a vlog, I'm letting you know. But yeah, so I ended up not going to the gym. I slept a bunch yesterday. I did go to work again, second shift back. It went really smooth and really well, I thought. I had a coworker that I was working alongside, and we both like lined up our breaks pretty well so that it wasn't an issue. The patients weren't too difficult last night, which I always appreciate. And yeah. Oh, also, so I got a doctor's appointment at the end of my shift yesterday, so I actually stayed up a little later than normal yesterday, which is weird that I still got into the gym today. I must have just slept a little bit less than normal. But either way, I went to the doctor's appointment. It was a follow-up with my diabetic educator, and her name's Teresa. I really like her. But so we sat down, we talked a little bit, said basically what's up. I believe she put me on a sliding scale for the amount of the amount of carbs that I'm going to eat. instead of instead of one sec.